The video for May 15th, 2017 is entitled Scapegoating Muslims or Any Other Group. Yesterday, I received a message to watch a long video that began by blaming Muslims. I only listened for a few minutes. We will not, in my opinion, resolve the serious issues we face by blaming any religion as the culprit for the world's ills. As I've said many times, all religions have been compromised by a spiritual and political establishment that has run roughshod over human rights for a very long time. None are beacons of hope if we want to see a world that works for all people, a world where we can actually experience peace on earth. Yes, there are radical Muslims, and there are also radical Christians, Buddhists, Hindus, and others that hide behind a religious label to stir up hatred. Even the fake Jews, such as the Rothschilds, or should I say especially the Rothschilds, are not all to blame. The responsibility lies with our Creator to right the wrongs and heal the world, and of course, with us. I'm actually recording this on Mother's Day, and I want to let all the mothers of the world know that that we need to love our children and we need to tell them the truth. And many of us have not been told the truth ourselves. Therefore, what we share with them is often distorted because our reality has been distorted, terribly distorted. And I'm not going to begin by pointing a finger at any one group other than the demonically, actually not the demonically inspired, but the demons, the Satanists that have been allowed to not only exist on this planet, but have been allowed for millennia to rule the roost, to take charge. These are blood-drinking pedophiles, child rapists and murderers. They are people devoid of conscience and devoid of human empathy and human decency. This is where the problem lies, and people have been sucked into that from all religions. It's not one religion that stands out as being the culprit. All religions have people within them that are to blame for this thing because this demonic element has infiltrated all religions. It has subverted from the simple message of love one another, from the simple message of making peace and getting along, to one of stirring up strife and creating a one-upmanship battle that rages on and on and on, generation after generation, because these beings live off of hardship and struggle and strife, and they want to stir up as much emotion, negative emotion, as possible to make life as miserable for people as possible, because they, for some reason, thrive on that energy. This is where the problem lies with creation, and people don't like it when I say the responsibility is with the Creator. They say, well, the Creator wouldn't have done this if we hadn't sinned. Eating the tree of any tree, the fruit of any tree that is good for food, is not a sin. I don't care who says you can't eat apples or oranges or whatever. I don't care who says it. It's bullshit. There's no reality to it. There never was. It's all fiction. And if you look at the Bible, the God that supposedly said this stuff was a jealous God, was an angry God, was a vengeful God. This is not God. This is not any creator I want. If that's the Creator, let me I would kill that creator if I could, or at least transform that creator into one of love. But I would not allow that creator to have domination anywhere in the universe, not anywhere at all, because it's insane. And the insanity has permeated all of our human experience for generations, for millennia. It has permeated our lives and made our lives, instead of heaven on earth, hell on earth. Because all they care about is they have a lust for power and control and a lust for innocence, to destroy the innocence of children. They are an extremely insane group, and there are people that are pushing so that pedophiles should have rights. No, pedophiles shouldn't have rights. Anybody that abuses the innocence of another being should not have rights. I'm sorry, they should be expunged from the face of the earth. Either repent or get out and not be allowed to exist, in my opinion. The existence of this manner of beings, I don't even want to call them people, because they're not people. They're not people. To me, are human. These are not human. They are anti-human, anti-life, anti-decency, anti-truth. They have nothing that is of any intrinsic value whatsoever, as I keep saying, and I will keep saying it. And so people that send me things that they would like me to listen to, I'd like to listen to things. I'd like to keep an open mind, but I'm not going to give much heed to somebody that's bashing a particular group, because this is a problem that we all have. We all face it, and we're not going to resolve it by blaming a segment of society as being the problem. The problem is we've believed lies. We've been infiltrated by demons. And somebody has to take responsibility for that. If not the creator, then who? Yes, each of us must play a role in that. Each of us must open our hearts to love to the best of our ability. Each of us must be willing to open our minds to listen to where other people are coming from, because not everybody has the same perspective, because not everyone has the same experience. In fact, no two people on the planet have the same experience. Every one of us has a different level of experience and a different perspective by which we view the world. We view it through what we have experienced personally. And that's the way it should be. So we need to take down the walls and remove the barriers that prevent us from listening to one another, from getting to know each other, from being able to actually reach a place where we can really love one another. What a concept. That may sound simplistic. It may sound like a fairy tale. And maybe I'm a believer in fairy tales because I want to believe that God so loved the world that he actually willed good for mankind and intended for us to become greater than we currently imagine ourselves to be. I'd like the promises of all of the world religions that are based on goodness and truth and justice and love to come to pass. I'd like to see our brothers and sisters united and no longer divided. I'd like to see war end. And I'd like to see those that promote such division and such war and such animosity to be either changed or removed forever. They should not have ever been allowed to exist as I see it. And it's God's responsibility to help us change the world. Thank you for listening, and happy Mother's Day, mothers. Namaste.